Hi, this is Ron Kelly, Public Information Officer for the Walton County Commission, for this week's BCC Wrap-Up. The Walton County Commissioners presided over a lengthy regular meeting on Tuesday. Among the items passed by general consent of the board, Commissioners approved authorizing BCC Chair Donna Johns to sign the Florida Department of Law Enforcement Fiscal Year 2023 JAG-C Grant Award Agreement in the amount of $39,490. The funds will be used to procure digital forensics equipment for investigations, safety restraint chairs for the jail, and equipment modifications for school resource deputies as requested by the Walton County Sheriff's Office. BCC Chair Johns was authorized to sign an option to renew the lease agreement with Ken Mitchum for storage space for the Supervisor of Elections voting equipment. BCC Chair Johns was authorized to sign a resolution amending the fiscal year 2025 budget in the Fine and Forfeiture Fund for unanticipated grant revenue in the amount of $39,490 for the Edward Byrne Memorial JAG-C grant and $7,916 for the JAG-D grant. Johns was also authorized to sign a resolution amending the fiscal year 2025 budget in the General Fund in the amount of $10,000 for the Citizens Corps grant from Volunteer Florida. Finance Director Melissa Thomason requested and received approval to use budgeted fiscal year 2025 contingency funding to offset the Thriftway property purchase. BCC Chair Johns was authorized to sign a construction contract with Griffin Traffic Signals for the construction of the U.S. Highway 98 Mall Drive signalization project. The chair was also authorized to sign the funding agreement between Walton County and the St. Joe Company for a 50% match of $2.5 million for the design of the West Bay Parkway project, which is related to a State of Florida Department of Transportation grant. Staff engineer Anna Hudson will administer the grant and execute any subsequent reports, forms, or documents required by the grant on the county's behalf. Environmental Manager Melinda Gates received approval to partner with the Choctawhatchee Bay Estuary Program, Choctawhatchee Basin Alliance, Eglin Air Force Base, Okaloosa County, Holmes County, Washington County, Florida Department of Environmental Protection, and the Choctawhatchee P. Yellow River Water Management Authority to apply for fiscal year 2025's NOAA's Transformational Habitat Restoration and Coastal Resiliency Grant. This will support the goals of resiliency for Choctawhatchee Bay and its watershed. The chair will also sign a letter giving Melinda Gates the authority to apply for and administer the NOAA Transformation, Habitat Restoration, and Coastal Resilience Grant. The BCC approved partnering with the Choctawhatchee Bay Estuary Program and Choctawhatchee Basin Alliance to apply for the Seagrass Restoration Initiative Centers of Excellence Grant for seagrass restoration in Choctawhatchee Bay. The chair will sign a letter authorizing Melinda Gates to apply for and administer the grant. The BCC approved the concession stand rental agreement with South Walton Little League Corporation for the operation of the concession stand effective from March 1st until June 30th of this year. The BCC approved the facilities rental agreement with the Boys and Girls Club of the Emerald Coast to allow for the utilization of the gym facilities. Located at 427 Greenway Trail in Santa Rosa Beach, and it's being done for basketball practices and games. Commission Chair Donna Johns was authorized to sign the first option to renew the contract with Grading and Bush Hog Services Incorporated for guardrail installation and repair services, and signed the second option to renew the contract with Jeff Martin Auctioneers Incorporated for auctioneering services. Also approved was a right-of-way easement with Chelco to provide underground electrical service for the Grayton Beach Municipal Parking Facility. Uriah Matthews received approval for his Walton County Economic Development Alliance quarterly report, which he presented to the commissioners. The BCC directed Stan Sunday to investigate local properties for sale and bring back updated information or contracts to the board for further direction. The BCC approved the 2025 legislative funding priorities and authorized Administrator Sunday to sign the attestation forms, adding a Thompson Road project and the Health Department expansion. Chair Donna Johns was authorized to sign the contract with Coastal Parasail Incorporated to provide managed vending services at designated regional and beach accesses. Code Compliance requested direction regarding an amendment to Walton County Code of Ordinances, Chapter 24, concerning boating on local waterways, and received approval to schedule a public hearing to amend the chapter. The BCC approved modifying the intersection of Bunker Place and Allen Loop Drive to an all-way stop. Regarding property owned by Ronald and Dorothy Herring, the Herrings asked the county to reduce the easement size on their property to be consistent with the area actually used and maintained by Walton County. The request to modify parts of the existing drainage easement was approved. Commissioners approved the appointment of Tiffany Edwards to fill vacant seat 8 on the Tourist Development Council. The BCC voted to approve the installation of a bollard lighting system along boardwalks and sidewalks in specified areas on Scenic Gulf Drive at a cost not to exceed $216,684. BCC Chair Johns was authorized to sign real estate closing documents for the Thriftway property located at 515 East Highway 90 in Defuniak, and was also authorized to sign closing documents for the City of Defuniak Springs Community Redevelopment Agency properties located at 111 and 129 North 6th Street, also in Defuniak. The Commissioners approved an ordinance establishing standards for the operation of low-speed vehicles, which amended the Walton County Code of Ordinances to create Article 6, low-speed vehicles. This will include new sections pertaining to the operation of LSVs, penalties, and enforcement. In response to a query from BCC Chair Johns, Administrator Stan Sunday will bring back an update on the progress of Human Resources inspection at the February 11th BCC meeting. And finally, the Commissioners suggested that the Planning Commission hold a public workshop to discuss and determine appropriate regulations on monster houses. The Commissioners suggested that the Planning Commission hold a public workshop to discuss and determine appropriate regulations on monster houses. Planning Director Matt Carpenter will notify the Planning Commission about scheduling the meeting. And that's the wrap-up. Have a great day.